Hey everyone, my name's Aaron and welcome. Today we're going to be putting together my lovely friend Christina's new pedal board. This is Christina.
Hey there.
Say hi everyone. She just got one of these gorgeous Salvage Custom floral,
antique,
artisanal, organic pedal boards. This is just a beautiful like work of art type of pedal board.
Grass-fed.
And yes, grass-fed. And we're going to just sort of go through her pedals, order, and then placement, and then we're gonna maybe show you how to make some cables, some of the Lava cables. So we're just here in her lovely home, and we're gonna get started. You ready?
Yeah,
let's go for it.
I got this guy, which is really fun. It's a screamer. This is your drive amp kind of gain pedal. It's a very clean drive. It mainly just boosts my amp sound, which is great because I love my amp's tone. This is a tone press compressor that was a lovely wedding gift. This is a spark boost pedal. I'll kind of use this as my last gain stage just to boost this guy, which is boosting my amp. You got your volume pedal. I actually got it modified by JHS. The tuner out actually messes with your whole bypass system, and they actually put in a buffer, so then you need a power supply, and it makes your signal nice and clean. I got a JHS little Panther Cobb. This is a delay pedal analog. It sounds really nice. I liked the modulation sound on this guy. It just sounds very classic. Big Sky, it's a reverb, but it's amazing reverb with the amazing cloud setting that is like laying on clouds. When I started playing guitar, I thought the trick was the delay and like ambient sounds, but I've been finding that it's the reverb that actually makes things even more crazy and fun. And then I got this JHS fuzz. I might keep it on there just until I get a new one, and I want one with a gate on it. Power supply,
yep.
Which is needed, but other than that, a little family. You open it up. This is actually the bottom of your board, and you just lift up, and that's your rig. It's just really well made and very pretty and nice. They do a good job over there.
We're gonna run all the power first, so we're gonna get the pedals in place, and then run the power to the pedal power, which is under here, and then we'll put in all the audio stuff. So you want to measure off about that much or so of the front of the cable, and then what you do is you take it into here and you just give it one little twist, and that will kind of cut the outside, and then you take that off like that. And now I've got this shield which you sort of gather together and then twist this. And then you take your little stripper again, and you go to the last little setting there, that guy. Give it one little turn, okay? And now this guy will come off, and now you have your tip there. So you have a tip sleeve connection. And then you want to just take your fingernail. I don't know if you can still see this. You just take your fingernail and strip off this little black layer, just like that. And then the final step is you take your scissors and you kind of cut this so it's maybe about 1/4 of an inch. Boom, that's it. That's your finished, like, ready cable. And then all you do with this, this is your end here. You put it in there and you'll hear it click. I'm not sure if we can hear this, but do you hear that?
I did.
Once you hear it click, you give it about a little 1/4 turn, and then the way you know it's on there is you pull it. So now that that's on, you can bend this down and screw the end on. Done. That's it. All right, so we finished the initial kind of build of the board. We've got the power wired in and the audio cable wired in. We are pretty much done, but I wanted to bring in my buddy Grant. Grant, I wanted to get your thoughts.
Wow.
So what do you...
Quite the setup you guys got here.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, let me walk you through what I think about these pedals here. This is a good one. I like this one. This is my favorite because what I like to do in the middle of it is I like to... But you kind of have the right touch on there, but it creates kind of this overtone, especially when the drummer is hitting those sims, like... If you want to really use this calf muscle, if you can see, I've been really working that out right there. Mid-show, when you're doing this, mid-show, you never want to get a cramp. So I've been working on this. Is this Taylor? Yeah, I'm not used to playing one of these. This can't be standard. I know my standard tunings. La fo si, la fo si, la fo si, la li, la fo si, la fo si, la li. Yeah, I guess that is standard. I'm just not hearing this right.
Anyway, fast forward a couple days, and here we are on the stage. I thought we would go through Christina's sound. And the best foundation for a great sound is obviously, first, a good guitar and a good amplifier. If you don't love the sound of your guitar plugged straight into your amp, then you're going to have a hard time doing anything good with pedals, because pedals are meant to accentuate and flavor the sound that's already coming from your guitar into your amp.
Salt and pep.
So, yeah, a little salt and pep on there. Luckily, Christina has this beautiful Morgan AC20. She's playing her Epiphone Casino. So here's her clean tone, no pedals at all. So you kind of notice it's got that nice chimey Vox thing. First pedal in your chain is this tone press compressor.
I don't know much about compression.
Yeah.
But I know that it helps your guitar sustain.
Right.
And with my guitar and my pickups, it's not one to easily do that.
So let's hear kind of the sound of the compressor, and we'll maybe mess with some knobs. So here it is again, dry, no pedals. And here's the compressor. That's kind of the sweet spot that we ended up with. I'll actually turn the sustain all the way up and the blend all the way up so you can hear it like 100% compressed, and then we'll back it off just so you can kind of hear the difference. So.
Doesn't even sound bad like that.
Sign of a good compressor that even at aggressive settings, it still sounds good. But you can definitely hear it much more grabbing the front of the note. Tell me about what's up next. We got this guy.
We got the Screamer.
Yep.
Which is a drive pedal.
Cool. Let's hear the sound of that. Cool. So next we got the Spark. And then you got your delay here. This is the JHS analog delay. And let's just hear a little bit of that. One thing to bear in mind with an analog delay is if you change the tempo while you're playing, you will hear the delay drastically change in pitch because that's how analog delays work. So to give an example of that, if you... Okay, so obviously we're just having fun there, but there is way cool stuff you can do with this thing, especially if you're recording. You can get some cool, weird background texture, fun stuff. If you're playing live and you got a crazy part on a song or whatever, you can get down there and start twisting knobs or whatever. But also, it's just a great sounding standard sort of delay.
And then the depth of the modulation can get pretty crazy.
And let's hear that. That's cool. It almost becomes like a vibrato effect on the just only on the
reminds
repeats
me of like
or something.
A chorus or something.
Right.
Yeah.
If you want to do that kind of quirky, I don't know, Modest Mouse type of thing. So then next we've got the Strymon Big Sky and a bunch of presets on this or whatever. But tell me how you have this set up.
Yeah. So my first preset, I use it for rhythm, like. It's kind of a lot for just that, but I kind of like it. It makes me sound like I'm in a stadium.
Right.
The middle setting is like my fun sounds.
What's this one?
This is like lead.
It's definitely very affected. I mean, you're not afraid to put that much effect. A lot of times, actually, when you're playing live, and here we actually keep amps under the stage, you find that you need more effect than you think you do.
Every room probably is going to be different too.
That's true. Yeah.
And that's even why my second setting was like overriding.
Right.
I'm right next to the amp.
Right. That's a very good point. So wherever you go, I mean, right now we're in a pretty big room. You might be at a small little club or whatever, and you got your sounds perfect in your bedroom at home or whatever, but then when you get there, it's like, oh, it sounds totally different. Well, it's because of the materials on the wall, and it's because of where your amp is in relation to where your guitar is. Definitely trust your ears in every situation. It's a lifelong thing. You're never going to set your pedal board and then, now I'm going to tape everything. You're just going to be tweaking things, and that's just the life of a guitar player. It's just
I think that's what the best part of being a guitar player is.
It's great.
Yeah.
Right.
New sounds.
Yeah.
You develop your sound.
Right. So the only pedal we didn't really play was this Muffaletta JHS Big Muff clone.
It's a great pedal. I don't know if it's great for me.
You don't love it?
Yeah, I don't love it.
What do you use it for?
A lot of like rhythmic lead, specific part.
So maybe give us an example. We could turn it on and just kind of play something that you might play in a band context. I mean, that's killer sounding to me. I mean, that sounds amazing for that.
Totally.
For that sustained, almost keyboard-like.
I think it works specifically good for those kind of things. The part that drives me nuts is how noisy it is when you're not playing. So when I'm getting ready for a part, and if I kick it on too early, I just immediately get angry, and it's like.
And Christina mentioned earlier, there's fuzzes that you can get that have a built-in gate, and a gate is a thing that turns off the sound when it's below a certain decibel level. So if it's not receiving like any input, it'll just silence the output, and you can kind of tweak the settings on the gate or whatever. But gates are particularly useful on fuzz pedals because they are so noisy like that. And there's artists like St. Vincent and others who have used that
the gate almost as this stuttery kind of crazy weird guitar effect, and that's definitely more like your style.
Totally, yeah.
And
I think I complain about it more, but once I play it, I'm like, oh, the sound is great.
the sound is good.
It's the what it takes to get there.
That's interesting.
That I don't appreciate.
You can get a good sound out of a lot of different pedals, but that's not the only consideration.
Totally.
You know, I mean, you know, somebody might have, you know, a drive on their board that you totally hate, but then they play it with their rig and it's like, oh, it sounds amazing. Yeah. So it's not like it's matching the pedals to your amp, to your guitar, and then to your personality too. And so it is a lifelong, you know, sort of quest, but that's great. Thanks so much for you know, letting us kind of invade your space and make your board here, and maybe we'll revisit it sometime, but that's it for today.